So this is the next part after you've filled this out, had a coffee, had a beer. I would come back to this and say, this is very complicated. There's a lot of dots on here. We need to simplify this. So we bring it down to what's called the pentatonic scale. So it's 5 notes. So we're going to get rid of 2 of the 7 notes we put on there. And those numbers are 4 and 7. Okay, so on each of these rows, take the 4 and the 7 out. 4 and 7. 4, 7. I don't know what you're saying. I just put those in. I can't, you know how long it's going to take me to put them back? Yeah, probably. Take you a little while. But that's why you'll learn. You're going to put them back in context. You've put them in a general sense, but there was no context to what we did. Now we're going to start putting stuff back in context. So we now are left with the pentatonic scale. Now, you might ask, well, what the heck good does that do me? I only know how to play the A, B, C, D, and E chords. And I hate the F, as you probably hate the B as well. But let's say you're just playing those basic chords like A, C, E, and D. Well, you've been told where to put your fingers, but you haven't been told why. And you haven't been told how there's actually only 3 notes that you're playing, even though you're playing 6 strings on the guitar. I don't know, it took me a long time to realize that. Nobody told me. So the way I can show you that visually is let's play a chord everybody starts with is, let's go with D major chord. So what I'm going to do is I need to get this number 1 over to this D, and just by playing this shuffle game, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 from this side and shuffle it over here because I'm going to bring it over to the D, right? And what I'm doing is I'm actually changing keys. This is what you do when you change keys on a guitar. You literally do the shuffle, the fretboard escalator shuffle. Now that the 1 is over the D, that means that is in the key of D major. And everywhere that there is a 1, a 3, and a 5, you are going to create a D chord. So now you're like, oh my gosh, that sounds complicated. Well, it's not. Let's pretend I just take out the 1, the 3, and the 5 here, and let's turn them. So we're going to use blue. Put the white one back. Okay, so that's the 1. Now the 3. And you're like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Why am I doing this? You're doing this because you want to learn and you want to understand. There's the 3. And the 5, you say, Steve? Okay, I'll trust you. I'll trust you. It should have 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Now I'm going to do the 3. So the power that you have with knowledge, I just like playing the guitar. The more I play, the more I want to know more about it. And then I'm more invested in it. And like, you don't end up saying, well, I just got this guitar and, well, you never play it. Well, yeah, you're not invested in it if you never play it. So how can you get more invested in it and not play it? Oh, learn about it. Learn about the guitar. That is just as good as playing the guitar, I think, because people say they love their guitar. They love guitar. What do you love about it? And the 5s. What do you love about it? You love the way it looks? Would you like to love the fact that you know stuff about it that probably most people don't? Would you like to make your own music up? Like maybe even discover your own sort of genre of music? That's the kind of power that a little tiny bit of theory and some time, I think, could really unleash in a lot of people. But certainly, as a beginner, getting into an intermediate stage, knowledge is power. So we saw this D shape. I'm going to cover this up. There. That's what you would play if you were to play a D chord. Now, if you say to yourself, well, that's cool. How do you you're going to make me reposition all of these things to do, let's say, should we do an E chord? Well, no, actually, all we have to do is shift everything down using the fretboard escalator. And this is how keys change. And you're learning this right off the bat. And you're going to be so much further ahead. So practice your D chord just like this. And if you have a circle of fifth style, that's even better. Turn the D to a D major. So you're at D major and you notice it's a 1 here. And if you see a 5, right, let's look for the 5. It's A, and then the 1 is D, and the 3 is F sharp. So if you were to want to learn the notes of your chord, you could use the circle of fifth style as well. So that would be A, D, and F sharp. Okay? So if you want to get that deep, if you don't worry about it. You say, Steve, I don't want to put any more pegs in. You've already made me do all this. You know, I'm getting use out of the thing I bought from you. It's making me mad. I want to just put it in the corner, throw it in the garbage so that I can be like, well, that thing taught me nothing, but I'm doing stuff with it with you. So show me something cool. Let's do it. We're going to change from the D to the E. So in order to do that, I needed to put the 1 where the E is, because right now 1 is where the D is. I'm going to shift the key of this entire fretboard to the key of E. Okay, so I'm going to move that one back to the right, 2. 1, 2. That's what happens. It's all shifted over. And now the 1 is where the E is. That's our 12th fret, or our open string over here. It's the same thing copied over. And now if you look at this shape, forget everything else, and you only played the blue pins. And I could really, if you want, we could pull all the white ones out too. That might make this even easier. I just put those in. I just put those in. I know. Do you think I'm going to make you take them all out? Oops, I just dropped one. I'm not going to make you take them all out. Man, I got a pile of numbers to sort through now. Okay, that's awesome. Now I'm going to cover this up. That's all you play is all open strings and that pattern. Does that look familiar? Yes, it does. That is your E major chord. So and it is made up of, again, a 1, a 3, and the 5. I'm not going to go any further than that with that one. But look, now you can go practice. If you're just learning your chords, I'm learning my chords. I don't care what I need to know about all this stuff. Then don't worry about it. You don't have to know anything more than what you've just done. You've spent half an hour with your new fretboard escalator, and you've discovered how the fretboard works, how keys work. And now you say, I'm just going to go practice my C chord. Okay, go practice your C chord. All we have to do is bring the 1. If you don't really remember the shape, or I don't know, maybe you don't remember the shape. Maybe you just want to understand that every time you do this, you learn. Okay, is the 1 at the C? Not yet. There we go. The 1 is at the C. So now, if I cover this up and you play that, that's your C chord, right? That is just a C. But of course, we don't play the fifths, we play the thirds. We could play the fifths, I guess, if we had enough fingers. I hope that is amazing to you as it is to me. Because as an absolute beginner, and now I'm going to go to A. There's A major. If you can see that happening, don't worry about using it right now. All you're doing is, I'm going to play my A chord now. Okay, now that I'm done playing my A chord, I should try playing it somewhere else. Maybe I'll try playing an A chord there. It's only 3 notes, or it's only 3 strings. You just have to strike 3 of these strings, and you'll be playing triads. That's just a simple full-blown chord. Well, they're both full-blown chords, but with the added open strings. And they're probably easier than trying to play the chords that you're playing right now. But you would never get to this point where you would understand what a triad was and how you could play it anywhere without something like this, I think, because no one's going to force you to go through that. with a paper and pencil, and if you do, you probably forget it, and then you don't get to actually put it into practice. So I hope this helps you understand where chords come from, and how the fretboard's built to make chords, and how keys change when you shift that entire pattern and shape down. It all just keeps on shifting or up. Okay, I think we're good. So if you like these tools and you want to get a hold of them, you should, because you won't be able to use this video without them. You know how to get them. It's musiclabs.ca. Okay, anything else I want to say? That's quite a lot for a beginner, but you should be able to do it. I don't know. Why couldn't you do it? They just have to watch the video and they'll know.